Chemical. At the foundation, intelligence begins with chemistry. Molecules process information by reacting to conditions around them and adjusting their behavior. Autocatalytic sets, groups of molecules that help produce more of themselves, form feedback loops that stabilize the system. This is not conscious thought, but it is information processing. RNA strands highlight this ability. Their sequences carry instructions for making copies of themselves, storing and transmitting data directly in chemical form. Buffers that resist changes in acidity or lipid micelles that trap useful molecules act like primitive control systems. These loops of sensing and response, known as homeostasis, represent the groundwork for higher intelligence, showing how matter alone can process and stabilize information. Biological. Cells build on molecular intelligence by combining countless chemical reactions into a single organized unit. Each cell senses its surroundings through receptors on its membrane, processes those signals through biochemical pathways, and responds with changes in metabolism, movement, or gene activity. This is an adaptive system. Repeated signals lead to changes in gene expression, allowing the cell to remember and prepare for conditions it has faced before. For example, bacteria use quorum sensing, chemical signals that coordinate group behavior, to shift from solitary survival to collective action. Cellular intelligence is therefore both autonomous and cooperative, making it the first true biological expression of information processing. Neural. When specialized summon cells called neurons formed networks, intelligence expanded beyond single-cell responses. Neurons use rapid electrical impulses and neurotransmitters to communicate, creating circuits that can detect, integrate, and respond to stimuli almost instantly. Even simple animals like jellyfish demonstrate this distributed form of intelligence, while creatures with centralized nervous systems, such as insects and vertebrates, show far more complex coordination. Neural intelligence allows learning through plasticity. Connections strengthen with repeated use, embedding past experience into the structure of the network. This enables reflexes, navigation, hunting strategies, and basic problem-solving that go far beyond cellular reactions. Cognitive. The human brain, with its roughly 86 billion neurons and trillions of connections, represents a dramatic leap. It enables symbolic thought, abstract reasoning, and language, which allow concepts to be represented independently of immediate sensory input. Humans can imagine future scenarios, create models of the world, and even reflect on their own thinking, a feature known as self-awareness. This level of intelligence supports advanced planning, culture, and art. It also makes cumulative learning possible, where one generation's discoveries are not lost, but expanded upon by the next. Human cognition marks the shift from intelligence as reaction to intelligence as foresight. Social. When humans interact, their intelligence scales up through collaboration. Spoken language, and later writing, made it possible to share knowledge across individuals and across generations. Division of labor multiplies capabilities as people specialize and share results. Collective intelligence appears in large-scale systems like scientific research, where no single person knows everything, but the group produces deep understanding. Today, the internet has accelerated this process, creating a vast interconnected network that functions like a global brain. At this level, intelligence is not confined to individuals, but emerges from the flow of communication and cooperation across entire populations. Planetary. Earth as a whole demonstrates intelligence through self-regulation. Life interacts with geology, atmosphere, and oceans to maintain habitable conditions. For example, plants and microbes regulate oxygen and carbon dioxide levels, while ocean currents distribute heat and nutrients. These are feedback loops that adjust planetary systems, keeping them within ranges that support life. This view, often called the Gaia hypothesis, treats the biosphere as an integrated intelligence that maintains stability over geological timescales. Planetary intelligence thus emerges not from one species alone, but from the combined activity of all life interacting with Earth systems. Technological. Technology introduces a new domain of intelligence, created by humans but increasingly autonomous. Computers and artificial intelligence systems process data at scales and speeds far beyond human capacity. Machine learning allows systems to detect patterns in massive datasets, from weather predictions to genetic mapping, and adjust outputs without explicit human programming. Unlike biological brains, technological intelligence can be replicated and networked instantly, scaling far more efficiently. As machines are integrated into decision-making and exploration, this intelligence extends humanity's reach, blurring the boundary between natural and artificial cognition. Civilizational. Civilizational intelligence arises when an entire species coordinates to transform its environment. Humans have reached this stage, altering climate, building infrastructure, and extending influence into space. This level includes large-scale decision systems such as governments, economies, and scientific institutions that guide collective action. It also requires long-term planning, creating strategies that operate across centuries. Civilizational intelligence is fragile, however, since it depends on cooperation and stability. But when successful, it enables projects that no individual or small group could achieve, such as sending probes across the solar system or mapping the human genome. Planetary civilization. The Kardashev scale measures civilizations by the energy they harness. Type 1 is mastery of an entire planet's energy budget. Achieving this requires global control of resources, renewable energy systems, and weather or geological management. A Type 1 civilization could prevent or counteract natural disasters by directly controlling planetary forces. Humanity is not yet at this level. We currently harness only a fraction of Earth's available energy. But this stage represents the shift from planetary influence to complete planetary control, securing survival against many natural threats. Stellar civilization. A Type 2 civilization harnesses the full output of its parent star. This might be achieved through megastructures like Dyson spheres or swarms, which would collect most of a star's radiation for use. Such an intelligence would no longer be bound by planetary limits, gaining virtually limitless energy for space colonization, terraforming, and massive computational tasks. With stellar-scale energy, civilizations could spread throughout their solar system and sustain themselves indefinitely, provided they maintain stability. Type 2 marks the true beginning of interstellar civilization. Galactic civilization. At Type 3, intelligence spans an entire galaxy. This means using the energy output of billions of stars. Such a civilization would need to colonize vast regions of space, coordinating information and energy across thousands or millions of light-years. The engineering challenges are almost unimaginable. Controlling stellar life cycles, moving planets, or restructuring galactic systems. Communication alone would require managing signals across immense distances. At this scale, intelligence becomes a defining force in the structure and future of the galaxy itself. Universal. At the highest level, intelligence encompasses the entire universe. This might mean a civilization that spreads across cosmic distances, or it could mean intelligence is embedded in the physical laws of the cosmos itself. Some theories suggest that the universe acts like a computational system, with matter and energy processing information at every scale. A cosmic-level intelligence would have the ability to influence, or even redesign, the basic structure of reality. It represents the ultimate integration of information and matter, where intelligence and the universe become indistinguishable.